Good morning, friends. Dustin here. You're watching the Life of Lynn channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I bought more stuff. More junky hoopties, I guess, if you will. You guys know the Denali. We've had this for years. It's been running strong. I introduce you to a 2003 Z-71 Suburban. And it's totaled. That's right. It is completely smashed and wrecked. But actually, it's really not that bad. We just picked this up at the salvage auction. 1,300 bucks. And I'll show you why it was so cheap. Yeah, right there. Needs some doors, but look, the B-pillar, everything's fine here. That's all good. The sill's not too bad. Really, the rocker's a little bit damaged down here. But since it's a Z-71, it has all this plastic cladding, so I think we can clean this up, put new plastic cladding on it, and put a new set of doors. Because really, all this is fine, just slightly bowed in right here. So I think we'll straighten this out and then put the new cladding and stuff on, and we'll cover up all the scrapes down there. We'll put some paint and stuff on it too to make sure it doesn't rust. But yeah, the plastic paneling survived. Didn't break out the window. 150,000 miles on this one, so it's got a few miles, but 03 to 06 was really a really good generation, really reliable. The LS 5.3 liter, dang good motor. But look, this thing's fully loaded, guys. I haven't even looked at this yet. We had a heck of a day yesterday picking this thing up from auction. I'll play a clip, but we spent 5 hours there trying to get them to load this thing up for us. So as soon as they loaded it, we strapped it down as fast as we could, and we hauled butt home because we had a 2-hour drive. Gonna fit on there? If you guys haven't checked out the Copart Salvage auctions, you should do that. Hopefully we're gonna get this thing started today. It's obviously been sitting at the auction yard for a while, but let's take a look inside. Battery's dead, of course, because like I said, these things sit forever. But look, we got leather heated seats. We have maybe a sunroof. There's one up there. That ain't gonna be perfect. It's an 03. So the fact that this was all the way down to 70 indicates this was probably picked up to go to auction when it was still nice out. Let's see if this other door opens. Yeah, okay. Again, the paneling's still good. Nothing's messed up here. And this B-pillar was the thing I was worried about the most, but this looks pretty good. I think we'll just be able to pull these pins and swap doors. Cool. Tires are actually pretty good. A lot of tread left in those. Been sitting for a while, so I think this front corner needed air, but not too bad. She is pretty much rust free under here. Little surface rust, nothing major. And I'm glad, because you can't see rust in the photos. You know, 10 photos online just isn't enough. You should really go inspect these things before you bid on them, but you know, when it's less than like 2,000 bucks, it's like, why bother wasting the gas to drive up there and look? You know, it's a crapshoot. But I'll show you why I'm so glad that didn't have rust, because this one does. Now, that's not the good Denali that we've had for years over there. No, I won this one for $1,000 a little while ago, hoping that I could clean it up and sell it. Yeah, this is, oh man, that's stuff you don't see in photos. In photos, This came up as a hail damaged unit from Nebraska, and it needed a grill. And I was like, all right, $1,000, that's worth it all day long. It was supposed to be a run and drive, but we got it here, and the drive shaft was out of it. The front drive shaft was out, but laying in the back. And it definitely will not start. I'm hoping that it's just old fuel, so we need to pump that out, get the drive shaft installed, and see if we can actually get it to run and drive. But I'm thinking this is just going to be a parts car for how cheap it is. Because, look, we have two very nice doors, good condition, wrong color, but nice doors. And the doors don't have any rust. So the rust-free doors, they have this cladding on here. I'm gonna pull the cladding off, but that's okay. We'll pull all this stuff off because we got to sand those doors down and paint them that nice pewter color that the Z-71s had. I did like the Z-71s because that was kind of GM's off-road package for their half-ton trucks, the Tahoes and the Suburbans and stuff. It did come with a couple extra goodies. They were just a touch higher off the ground. They had skid plates, that sort of thing. Selectable high and low transfer case for the four-wheel drive. They weren't bad at all for their time. It's gonna be good. So we got some new projects coming, guys. Super stoked about that. And if we're gonna turn this into a parts car, I'll show you the most important thing. This came with a 6-liter V8. Now this LS monster produced 345 horsepower back in the day, which, you know, by today's standard isn't that exciting. But these things were titans. They could take years and years of abuse and just keep going. The Denali also came with the 4L80E transmission. It's an electronic 4-speed transmission. It is for the 3/4 ton trucks, and this transmission is way more heavy duty than the half-ton trucks or the cars. So this powertrain is very valuable, and we could probably sell that and make some money, but I think I have an idea for this, which will be exciting. I'll show you guys later. That's where we're at. We picked up some stuff from auction. Hopefully we can make another family cruiser. With all 6 of us, it is a little hard to get around in the small cars. I wish we could find something that was, you know, 7 passengers that could get a little bit more fuel mileage. There's stuff that's out there that is, but it's all junky. It's all cheap throwaway SUVs. Anyway, enough of me rambling on about cars. We're gonna see if we can get this thing started. Let's pull the dipsticks, see what we got there. Hey, it has oil, and it's not just a drop of sludge on the bottom. It's relatively clean, and it's full. Let's check the transmission fluid here. Transmission fluid's getting a little dark, but it's still full. Doesn't have any chunks in it. Maybe we'll service that later. Got our good old battery charger here. It's important to have some stuff like this sitting around. You know, if you're gonna run something, it's good to have good battery charger, good air compressor, you know, and the tools for the job. Let's wake up the battery with 40 amps. Give her some juice for a bit. Making noises. Let's charge her up and then we'll get back with you. All right, this battery might be cooked. We've been trying to put the juice to it, and it's not really wanting to take a charge. I'm trying to get the 40 amps to it, and it's sitting about 12, 15. Also, the cables are already getting quite spicy. We put the jumper pack on there, and that thing's about done too. It's several years old at this point. So let's see what happens. I'm gonna go grab a set of keys and see if we can fire her up. I did get a full set of keys with fobs, so. Oh, that's good. So then somebody set the, it's easy there, seat. Lights came on. Turn all this power hungry stuff off. Ow. All right. Been a while since she's been fired up. Rear access open, that's fine. Because the rear door's open. I did get the cover for the sunroof open. Oh, look at that. That works. Well guys, I really like it when it works out this way. Like I said, this one over here that we just got a couple weeks before this one. Can't get it started yet. It'll crank just fine, but it'll kind of stumble and try to start. So it's either the fuel pump's bad or the entire tank, which it has a full tank according to the gauge, is completely full of really old rotten fuel. And it kind of smells that way. So I think we're going to use the fuel pump and jumper it to make it run, and then we'll just pour all the fuel right out of the fuel line. Pump all the fuel out of the tank. We'll put some cleaner in there, put some 91, and then see if we can get this one running. It's important that we check this engine, make sure that one's good to go. But I really like it. We throw a jumper pack on there, and they just fire up after they've been sitting. That thing sounds pretty good. All right, off the trailer, running, driving, no lights. Steering's a little weird. Looks like one of the tires got hit maybe while I was sitting at the salvage yard and bent some stuff up front, because that's straight. Engine seems strong. Seems to be working good. All right, well, definitely got a few things to fix on this one, guys, but I think we'll get her back in order. Get this front end figured out, get these doors replaced, and should be good to go. But I'll bring you guys the process and the rebuild on this one, and might keep this one as another daily. We'll see how it turns out. But thank you guys so much for watching. God bless you guys. We'll see you next time.